Hi guys, my name is David Rock and I'm a pro no-code app developer. I've been teaching people how to build apps without coding for the past 3 years, primarily with Flow. But this particular course is designed to teach you how to build a website, a fully functional website, without having to write codes using Lovable. This is one of the best things that has happened to app development, website development in a very long time. Okay, so now it's actually very easy to build a website without coding, without even having to learn how to do this, right? So this particular course is just to walk you through the do's and the don'ts, the process of contemplating how your website will be like, and how to fully functionally use the Lovable platform to build any website. In this particular case, a food menu website, more like a website that allows food vendors to create a food menu for their business, and then customers can just scan a QR code on a table and then get to see the digital version of the food menu in their with their phone, and then they can go ahead and then select the food items that they want to buy and then add it to their cart, and then make payment, right? So that's like what this course is about, and I'm super excited about this, and I believe that you're also excited about it. So this is the one I built before, so I will just try to run a demo of it shortly so that we can see how it works, and then from there I will start teaching you how to build this and we get to complete it. Okay, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. I will be showing you how to build this particular website. So this is an introduction to building a responsive web application for food vendors and customers, with very interesting functionalities. All right, so we have vendor features such as account creation and login, email, password, and Google authentication, vendor dashboard after login, vendor dashboard, create, edit, and delete food items, which includes a name, description, price, and image, organize items into categories, appetizers, drinks, main course, etc., upload business logo, restaurant name, and contact information, automatically generate a unique QR code linked to their public menu page, view and manage incoming customer orders with status updates like pending, in progress, served, QR code management. So this is a lot of features, right? A whole lot of features, including an admin panel. So I will be teaching you how to build this step by step without having to skip anything. And I want you to sit back and enjoy all of this. So before we proceed into the main class, right, I need you to understand that before you build a website, you need to understand what a typical website entails, right? So I will be talking about, in the next video in this course, I will be talking about what it means to build a website, the different sections of a website, and how you can go ahead and then have these things at the back of your mind, so that when you are trying to write a prompt on Lovable, you'll be able to know what to ask for, what to inquire about, what to create. Because if you do not know the jargon, all right, if you do not know the word for a particular functionality, for a particular feature, you won't be able to create something fully functional. That's why in the next video in this course, I will be showing you the different aspects of a website, and then from there you can understand, have like a forehand knowledge about the things that you need to ask Lovable when you're building a website. So let's go ahead and just test this website and see how it looks like. For this particular account, we are calling it Menu QR. All right, this is a project that I actually intend launching. I'll be launching this project in Nigeria, all right, because it's a problem that I've experienced here. So I will be launching this project as my own pet project, all right, and then this particular this particular course is going to show you how to build something like this, even an improved version of it, and then you can go ahead and then use it for a business if you want. All right, so I'm going to be doing this like real quick, and then we can see how we can go about working on it. So this is how the website looks like. You can just go ahead and like search for restaurants by name. So this is the only restaurant that we have here is called Burger King. So you can, you know, search for a restaurant and then you see their food menu. This is how the food menu looks like. So there are different ways of accessing the food menu of a restaurant. The very first one is what I just did now. And then the other one is the part where the customer gets to scan a QR code and then have access to the food menu. Like this, for instance, now you can go ahead and like add this item to your cart. You can, you know, increase the quantity if you want. Okay, here I was using the dollar as the currency. All right, so then you can add. These are like, you know, this is a very interesting delicacy in my country, Nigeria. Yeah, ekpankuko. So yeah, I can add these to the cart. All right, and then I can also add fried rice, which I believe you already know how that tastes like. This is a very pricey meal, $31,800. Okay, so I can now go ahead and click to checkout. Then while trying to check out, I will be requested to put my table number. So I can say, maybe if at all I'm at the restaurant, right? I'm at the restaurant, I can put my table number so that the people that will eventually serve me, the waiter, or let's say if at all you're in an environment where a robot is serving you, the robot will be able to know the table number to bring the food to. So you can now go ahead and put your email address. All right, you can put your email address. And then you can put a phone number here as well. You can put a phone number here. Let's say 091. You can put any random phone number that you want, 091, whatever, if this is your number. And then you go ahead and then put your name. My name is David Orog. You can put your special instruction. This is going to be I can just say, make the food very spicy. All right, then I can go ahead and place my order. So now when I place my order, I'll be able to see this unique order ID. All right, so now I've ordered my meal. I can go ahead and click here to track my order. I can just click it and paste it here and track the order. Now I'll get to see that the table number is actually 11. This is my order ID. And then this is my name. This is the time that I ordered it. All right, we can see this is my time right now. And then it shows here that I'm buying seafood okra 2 quantity, ekpankuko 1 quantity, fried rice 1 quantity, and then I said make the food very spicy. This is it. All right, so this is how you can track your order. Now this shows pending here, waiting for restaurant confirmation. So we can actually go back here to the restaurant. This is the restaurant itself. I can just go ahead and log in here. I can log in with my details. All right, then I can go ahead and like log in into the dashboard as a food vendor. So now I log into the dashboard as a food vendor. I get to check my orders. These are my orders. So this is the order that I made just now. All right, so this shows this is the order. Where is it? Okay, this is like previous orders that that was made that wasn't accepted, but this is the one I just did right now. So I can click on accept order. So now it's in progress, right? It's actually in progress. I can go back to hold on, I can actually mark as served. All right, so it's in progress right now, so I can just quickly log out, come back here and search for Burger King. All right, then I can come here and track my order. See, I track my order. It shows here in progress, as you can see. It shows here in progress. Then I can actually like go back, and then let's log in again real quick. So basically right now I'm logging in as a vendor. So I'm logging in right now. Then I can just come back here to my orders. It's already here in progress. So now if at all the food is served, the waiter, of course, is the one that has access to these, can actually mark as served. So it shows here served. You see, really interesting. So served, pending. I can actually cancel an order. All right, it will show in the other side that has also been cancelled. Now these are the information. This is like the different orders that has actually happened so far. So then for the restaurants, right, they can actually go ahead and put in their restaurant name. All right, and then this is the QR code for their this is a unique QR code for this particular restaurant. So what they just need to do is they can just like, print this particular QR code. You can download from here and print it, and then the customer will be able to like see the QR code on the table. Of course, print it and paste it on the table, and then somewhere you should put the table number. All right, and then then you can now go ahead and then when the customer scan this QR code, you can go ahead and scan this QR code right now, and it will present you with this particular link, which if at all you go to that link, which is what we are having right now, it will show you the food menu of this restaurant. All right, now it shows you the food menu of the restaurant, and you can go ahead and then also do that same order that I did. You can track your ID and all of that. Now let's go back to these are the basic features that I've done so far in this project, but we're going to be building this project and making it even much more customized and detailed. I'll show you how to do this from scratch, step by step. Now this is me trying to use this to teach you how to build a website without having to write a single line of code using Lovable. Now, I mentioned that you can actually add items. All right, so this is where you can get to add an item. So I would like to add a new item here. Since this is Burger King, we should add burger. Yeah, so burger itself, and let's say it's 2000, and then really tasty tasty burger. Okay, then category here, I didn't create a category, so I think I will just like let me cancel this real quick. Come here and create a category. Let's call these what do I call this? Let's just call it main course, for instance, right? This is not going to be a main course though, but I'll click to creating a new category. So then I can create another one. I can call it soups. All right, so that's another category. So now here I can come here and say burger, and then here is going to be 2000. Okay, really tasty burger. Okay, then I can come here, then I'll see my stuff. So let's assume that burger is the main course, for instance, and then here we can put an image URL for burger. So I can just come here and say burger, and then look for an image, really nice, beautiful image. I think I'll go for this. Looks good. Yeah, this looks good. So I'll just like copy the image address, then I'll come back here, and then I'll paste it. So you see here now, I click to add an item added. So now I have an extra item here, the burger. All right, and it's really tasty. So like this one's now, if I come here, I can select and say this is a main course, for instance, and I can update the item. All right. Okay, so now this is basically like main course. Well, as you can see now, right, these food items don't really have a filter. Okay, so that means we can actually add like a filter and say we want to make it such that you should be able to select. Okay, this is the main part. Let's go to the I think we have to refresh this to see the burger. Yeah, so this is our burger, right? So it shows here. Okay, actually it does show here. So appetizers, it actually does do the differentiation that I wanted to talk about. So appetizers, main course, this is other items, right? This one doesn't have any category. This is not soups at all. So I think I can go ahead and add. Okay, this is actually supposed to be soups. So I can go back here and just edit this. This is supposed to be soups, and then I'll just update this real quick. All right, then if I come back here, then just quickly refresh this, then we should have main course, then soups and other items really quickly. Now this is amazing. Like, trust me, this is amazing. This would have actually taken you like way too long to even create it, design it first, because before you build a particular website, you need to like create a UI UX design first. We're going to talk about all of that in the main part of this course, right? This is just basically introduction and me demoing the application that we're going to be building. Okay, so then let's go back here, and I know you might be wondering, does this work on mobile? All right, does this work on mobile? Yes, it does work on mobile. You can just go ahead and click here to see. This is basically the tablet version. See how beautifully done that is. All right, it's very mobile responsive. Then I can click here and you get to see the mobile view. We can always, write some prompts here to tell it to, correct the padding here, maybe reduce the size of these buttons, and then just make the padding a bit much more interesting. But this is it. It's really good so far, like really, really good. That means you can actually start building a website for your business in one single day, sitting down to create a website for your business in one single day. So this particular course is not just to show you how to build a food menu website, right? In the process of learning how to build a food menu website, you're going to understand what it takes to actually build a website. All right, so this is just the thing I wanted you to see. You can actually go ahead and then just like I edited, you can also delete these items. So let's say, for instance, what would I like to delete here? I would like to delete fried rice, for instance. So if I click here, item is deleted. It's gone. It's gone. If you come here to the main the food menu, you won't be able to see that main course anymore. It's gone. All right, so that shows you that all of this is working optimally and functionally. Okay, so I can go ahead and take it back to website version, and then we can actually go ahead and like log out. So we're gonna add a whole lot of other details like edit the food vendors dashboard, edit the accounts, editing, and all of that. If you can see here, and here we don't have it, but we're gonna add all of that in the course of making this application. So let's go ahead and then just escape this. We can just go ahead and escape, like log out of this, and then we come back here. So I'm gonna teach you how to build this particular website from start to finish. This is gonna be like a very interesting way to learn, and after you've figured this out, you'll be able to like build any website of your choice that requires users to log in, to have a dashboard, to have an admin panel, and all of that. So I want you to just sit back, enjoy yourself, and learn from the best. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hey, hello guys, welcome to another part of our course. In this part, we're going to be talking about what actually makes up a website. So I wrote it down here somewhere. So what it means to build a website in 2025. Under that, we're going to talk about how AI and no code are changing web development. We're not going to spend so much time talking about this though. So we're going to talk about traditional versus no code workflows. And then from there, we'll talk about components of any website, front end, back end, database, hosting, and deployment. What we're going to focus on primarily is essential UI UX jargon every beginner should know. Now, this is to actually help you understand what to ask Lovable when you're trying to build a website, without coding using Lovable. All right, because if you don't know what to tell it to build, how will you be able to tell it? So this section is going to just help you understand the jargons, help you understand what front end means, back end means, database, hosting and deployment, and all of that. Okay, so we're just going to see how we can delve into that like real quick. Now, this course is basically beginner friendly. That's why we're going into all of this. If you're already aware of most of these things, but then you still went ahead and bought the course, you can skip to the next level, which is much more complex, where we start building, the application properly. All right, so let's go ahead and then look at what we are going to be talking about here. So it's going to be quite interesting and easy to understand, right? So don't think about it too much. Don't begin to panic. I don't want you to panic here. So let's go ahead and then just jump right into it. So what I did was I went ahead and found a particular website. I found a website that talks about the essential parts of a website. All right, so this is a blog by Wix, Wix.com, which talks about the essential parts of a website. So we're going to go through these step by step. I will provide this link as well in the description of this video so that you can have access to this as well. So you can go through it, read it step by step, and understand the different parts of a website, so that when you're trying to ask, Lovable to build a particular thing, you will know what to ask it to build. All right, if you don't know that this is called a button, how will you tell it, okay, I want a button, in my website, so we are going to go through all of those things step by step so that you can understand how it works. Okay, so from what I wrote over here, where what it means to build a website in 2025. So now the thing is this, right? Before now, for you to build a website, you needed to go through the process of learning how to write some programming codes like that. Let's say JavaScript, Node.js, C++, Python, React Native, any of these programming languages. So, but in this particular era, you no longer need to do that. All you just need to do is know how to ask AI the right question. So right now, AI is changing the way applications are being built, that's mobile apps, and the way websites are also being built. Now, things are done much more easily, like something that you would have actually spent let's say 6 months building. You can build it in one day. In fact, a couple of hours. All right, you can build it in one day or in a couple of hours, like a fully functional website within a couple of hours. Launch it and start your business. Because I believe that the people that have purchased this course, like you guys are like either students, entrepreneur, project managers, or you're just a business owner who wants to understand how to build a website, and you purchase this course just so that you can learn it. And that's what this course is about. I'm going to be teaching you how to do these step by step in very simple ways. Okay, so now, we've talked about what it means to build a website in 2025. That means you no longer really need to go ahead and hire traditional developers, like let's say go to Upwork or Fiverr to find these developers. All you just need to do is understand how to ask AI the right question. Just the same way you don't need to hire someone to use ChatGPT for you. You won't need to hire anybody to build a website for you in 2025, compared to 5 to 10 years before, where we needed to hire traditional developers to build website for us. Okay, so now when it comes to building a website, let's go back to our project here. All right, so when it comes to building a website, let's go back here. We have something called front end, then we have something called back end. All right, just like I listed it here, we have front end, back end, database, hosting, and deployment. So what does front end mean? Now, front end is a simple way of saying, what can I see? Like, what am I seeing with my eyes? All right, what do I get to see with my eyes? Like right now, the front end for this particular website is just what we can see here, right? So it entails the things you can see, the features you can see, the colors you can see, that does not have anything to do with the database. All right, front end is just the details you can see for your website in each of the pages that makes up your website without having anything to do with the database. All right, that means you don't need to let's say connect it to a database for you to be able to experience this thing. Like for instance, this login button here, it's front end. When we now go ahead and click on it and expect something in return, that's when we are now looking at backend. Because when you click a particular thing on a website and you expect it to do a certain thing for you, that means you're trying to, interrogate its backend. You want to figure out how the backend is. And of course, if at all you're the one building, you need to make sure that when your user clicks on login, they will be taken to a particular place like this. Now, this does not necessarily translate to you doing something in the back end. When you click the icon like we just did, right? When you click it, it doesn't mean you're going to, have anything to do with the back end, right? Or database, for instance. It just means that you are taken to another page on the website. This is another page entirely. If we click here, we go to another page. It doesn't require front end, or it doesn't require backend at all, or database. All right, we just need to, like for instance, this watch demo here hasn't been hasn't been done yet because we have not connected it to a particular link that is supposed to maybe take you to the demo, or maybe ask Lovable to create a pop-up when the user clicks on watch demo, and then now that pop-up can be created even without interference with the backend. All right, but now what will be showing in that pop-up is what requires backend, because you need to be able to put an information you need to put an information in the backend such that users will be able to see a video playing once they click on watch demo. But for instance, this one, start free trial, it just takes us here. All right, it doesn't require backend. When we click on get started, it takes us here. It doesn't require backend. When we go ahead and then come here on the search bar and then we start searching, let's say like what we did, Burger King. Now, when we search, right, that means we are indirectly querying the backend for an information that contains details of this restaurant called Burger King. All right, so that's basically you trying to interrogate the backend in this particular situation. So the front end is just what you get to see. The backend requires you to query a certain thing. So when you're going ahead to come here to to sign in, for instance, right, you need to put the email address here and then the password here and go ahead and click on sign in. When you do that, the authentication aspect of this particular project will kick in, and it requires the backend functionality and storage to be in place. That's basically what happens, right? And just like I said earlier, the front end is just what you get to see, not anything that has has a relationship with the backend. Just what you get to see. That's front end. Now, backend is what happens when a user fills in a particular form and clicks a button. What happens? That's basically what a backend entails. Then storage is more like, let's go back to what I did here. Storage, that's database. Database has to do with the details that the user gets to input in this platform. Like for instance, now if I put my email and my password, it will only be able to authenticate when it finds those details in the database. All right, that means when I'm going ahead to sign up, like create an account here, right, it goes ahead and then creates a record. All right, it creates a record of my details in the storage. Right, it stores it there so that the platform can go ahead and use it when trying authentication. Do you understand? I believe you understand what I'm saying. So we can now go back and just go through our landing page. This is a landing page for our website. All right, it talks about it. It shows a few things here like vendor dashboard, auto QR codes, easy ordering. All right, these are all front end. You click here to get started. This is supposed to be where we have our footer. We can work on these eventually and like improve on the details. So I just wanted you to understand the difference between front end, back end, storage, and then the last part here is hosting and deployment. Now, how do you host your website? Traditionally, let's go to a place called Namecheap. Now, if we go to a platform called Namecheap, Namecheap is one of my favorite platforms for buying domains. All right, we're going to talk about domains eventually, but we can just talk about it real quick here. Domain is basically what you want to call your platform. Like here, this platform is called namecheap.com. So what do you want to call your platform such that when people type on their browser, it can take them straight to that place? Now, for instance, this project that we're building, all right, I had already published it, and it has a URL. So if I come here, you get to see here simplemenu.lovable.app. All right, so if you click on this, it takes you to simplemenu.lovable.app. This is a domain, but it's not a customized domain because it has a relationship with Lovable. Now, towards the end of this particular course, you're going to get to understand how to customize your domain such that instead of it being simplemenu.lovable.app, it can just be simplemenu.com. That's if the domain is available. And how do you buy the domain? You come here to Namecheap, go to domains, and then search for the domain that you need. For instance, if I type simplemenu.com, there are huge possibilities that this domain has already been taken because it's very unique. Like it's very unique. So it has already been taken. You can actually make an offer and buy it, but it's been taken for a very long time. So you can buy other domains like simplemenu.co, simplemenu.org, simplemenu.net, simplemenu.ai, and all of that. Simplemenu.it.com, simplemenu.inc. This is very expensive. So you can buy simplemenu.fit and all of that. This is domains, and they're not super expensive. You can buy it for under $8. Okay, so that's for that. Then for hosting, when you want to host your traditional website, let's say you built your website with any of the programming language that I mentioned before, JavaScript, C++, Python, Node.js, React Native, whatever. All right. So you can go ahead and come here and purchase a hosting plan to host your website. That means carry all of those information, all the codes, and then put it here so that it can run on the World Wide Web. But when we are building our website with Lovable, we don't need to do that. We don't need to go ahead and buy a domain. We can buy a domain so that we can customize our domain, but we don't need to go ahead and pay hosting on a different platform. Lovable.dev handles all the hosting requirements. In fact, recently it also handles your authentication. Previously, you could just decide that you want your authentication to be handled by Supabase. All right, because Supabase is a platform that you can use for your storage. All right, so we have here supabase.com. It allows you to build in weekend scale to millions. Basically, it's just a Postgres development platform. It allows you to start your project with a Postgres database, authentication, instant APIs, edge functions, real-time subscription, storage, and vector embeddings. Now, this is a bit complex and complicated, right? But we're not going to be looking at this yet. All right, I just wanted you to know about it. There is Supabase and then there is Firebase. For most of you that have actually purchased my course before, where I was teaching how to build websites, mobile applications without coding using Flutterflow, all right, you should be familiar with Firebase. Now, Firebase, just like what is been written here, it makes make your app the best it can be with Firebase and generative AI. All right, so this is another platform that allows you to, execute your authentication, storage, cloud functions, and a lot of things. But with Lovable, you don't need to do all of that. You can do every single thing within Lovable. Okay, so that's me just explaining the concepts of what it means to build a website in 2025, then the core components of any website, and then now we're going to be talking about the essential UI UX jargon every beginner should know. Now, this is the part that I really want you to pay attention to because it's very important. Without you knowing these jargons, you won't be able to know what to tell Lovable to change in your project each time that you're building. You won't be able to know that. So you need to pay attention to this. I'm going to provide you with a link that you can always use to go through these things whenever you forget it. All right. The link is a blog from Blog by Wix. All right. I believe most of you already know about Wix. Okay, so this is the part where I talk about the essential parts of a website. Essential parts of a website. Now, when it comes to building a website, you need to understand the different makeup of a website, a different makeup of a website. So this is how this is like the sketch of how a website looks like. All right, this is how it looks like. But then you need to understand what these different things mean, what this section means, what this section means, what this section means. Because without that, you won't be able to come to Lovable and be like, okay, I want to build this, but then I want you to do this, then do that, then do this. All right. So you need to understand this jargon so that you can understand the correct prompting to do. All right. So just like you have it here, knowing the key parts of a website is the first step to building one that looks professional and works smoothly. Every element from headers and navigation menus to content sections and footers plays a role in how visitors experience your brand. All right. So it's been written here that in this guide, we'll break down the main parts of a website and explain their purpose. You'll get a clear understanding of what makes a site complete and cohesive so you can confidently create a website that engages your audience and supports your goals. All right. So that's basically why we are doing this. So now look at this. A successful website is made up of key components that works together to engage visitors and support your goals. This includes the header and menu for navigation, above the fold visuals to grab attention, and the main website content. Other essential parts are your footer, your logo, your call to actions, your sidebar, your blog, forms, and the homepage, which ties everything together. Each element plays a role in creating a professional, cohesive site that looks great and functions smoothly. So we're going to walk through these things step by step, and then you will get to understand how it truly, truly, truly works. All right, I hope you're excited about this so far. This is the introduction sorry, this is the fundamentals of website and no code development. It's going to be a bit lengthy, a bit, all right, because I want you to really understand what we are doing here. Because without that, when I'm giving prompts to Lovable to build something, all right, you might not really understand. You'll be like, why did you call it a header? Why did you call it a menu? What does above the fold visuals mean? What does footer mean? What does a call to action, CTA, mean? So what does it sidebar mean? So we're going to just look at all of those things. So now these are the parts. So we have basically like, 11 parts that we're going to be talking about. So the first part here is the header. Now the header provides consistent branding and navigation across all pages. All right, we're going to look at all of those things and their examples. Like, let's say, for instance, we come to namecheap.com. All right, the whole of this is the header. The whole of this is the header, including all of this as well. All right, so what does Wix say? Wix says that it provides consistent branding and navigation across all pages. So when you're trying to prompt Lovable, and then you're like, okay, I want a website, and then it generates it, and you want to edit something that is on top, what will you tell it? You can't be saying, oh, I want you to edit what is on top. It might be a bit confused. All right, so you need to be able to tell it, oh, I want you to edit the header. I wanted to change the color of the text on the header. I wanted to change what happens when a user hovers on the different pages on the header. So these different things entails pages, right? It means pages. This is a domains page, hosting page, WordPress page. Like, these are all pages. If you hover on them, somewhere down here on the bottom, if you look at on the bottom left of this screen, right, you're going to see that it shows here namecheap.com/domains. If you change it to the hosting, namecheap.com/hosting, those are different pages on this website. All right. Then the logo here itself takes you back for every single part in this page. Whenever you click on the logo here, it takes you back to the home page. All right. So if I click here back, it takes me back to the home page. If I go to WordPress, which is another page on this website, and then for some reason I want to go back to the home page, I can just click on this logo. So you need to be able to tell Lovable, I want to hyperlink all the logos in the header of my website to the home page. Like, for instance, now we have our beautiful food menu website, which is what we're going to be building. But if the user hovers on this, nothing is happening. All right, this is where we are supposed to be able to tell it, okay, on the header section, I want the user to be able to, like, when they hover on menu QR, for instance, I want it to show something. Well, if that's what you want, but it's not really advisable because this is just a logo. It's not supposed to be changing colors. Now, but when the user hovers on the menu QR, like the logo on the header, I want it to, and clicks on it, I want it to take the user to, to the landing page. All right, even when the user is in the dashboard. Okay. So let's go ahead and then just continue talking about this. So this is what the header entails. All right. If you come to Supabase, we also have, the header. This is the header for Supabase. All right. It has different, pages: product, developers, solutions, pricing, docs, and blogs. So you get to see all of these like that. Now we are going to continue building our, our projects. Okay. But let's continue understanding what the different website parts that we have. Okay, so then we have the menu. All right. So the menu helps visitors quickly find what they're looking for. Now, in this header, all right, this is the logo. All right, and then these are all the menus, the menu details. These are the menu details. All right. Now, if it was in if this was in a mobile view, all right, let's see if at all I can, I'm trying to see how I can make this. Okay, yeah, developer tools. So now when I go to my developer tools, right, for instance, it shows me how the website looks like in a mobile view. All right. So if I go ahead and click on this, all right, you get to see this is the menu. It's actually called a hamburger. All right. So when in a mobile view, this is how your header looks like, because we can't put all those things here to be very, very No, not cool. All right. So we get to use this hamburger icon, which we're going to talk about, so that when the user clicks on it, all right, the user clicks on it, you get to like see the different menu options here. All right. So let's just go back. I'm just going to quickly like copy this and close this page and come here and just paste it so we can have our website the way it was. All right, so now we've talked about the menu. Now above the fold visuals, we're going to look at it properly. Like all these things, we're going to still scroll down gradually. Let me just read it quickly. So above the visual captures attention immediately with images, videos, or hero sections. That's what it does. We're going to look at what it really means. Then the website content is what delivers the main information, including text, media, and resources, while the footer offers additional navigation, contact info, and important links. Just like the name, all right, footer, it means it's at the bottom of the page, is at the foot of the page. Then we have the logo, which represents your brand identity and builds recognition. Then we have the call to action. This encourages visitors to take action, take key actions like signing up or buying. Now CTA is here, all right, happen to be these things that we have here. So we have like, this is a CTA. It's a button, but it has like this, it entails a CTA, call to action. So you can, click here. You can click here to start your project. You can click here to request a demo. And so that's basically it. All right, let's come back here and look at sidebar. So we have sidebar, which highlights extra content, links or promotions without distracting from main content. We'll see this. All right, then we have the blog, then we have the forms, and then we have the homepage. Now, these are the 11 basic parts of a website. Okay, so like the header, I already talked about it. All right, so let's go ahead and see how it looks like. Now, it is required that you make your header mobile friendly, like I mentioned earlier. Now, to make your your header mobile friendly, you use the hamburger menu. I mentioned that as well. You keep your logo small but clear, and then you focus on one call to action. All right. So like what you saw at first, you get to like, we just saw a very like few number of details on that particular site when we checked out the mobile version of the Namecheap website. Now, this is what I talked about the other time. You need to link your logo back to your homepage. It is one of the most common user habits because users will always, click on it when they are lost in your website. So they need to click on the logo to take them back to the homepage. Now, also keep your header sticky, fixed to the top, so it's easy to, access as a visitor. For instance, you see this. If I start scrolling down, right, some website, this particular header would have disappeared. All right. That particular header would have, disappeared. But in this case now, when I skip scrolling, the header is sticky. It's there. It doesn't move. All right. Even here is the same thing. All right. Okay. Well, this wasn't really sticky actually. Namecheap doesn't really allow their header to be sticky. Yeah. So they don't have a sticky header. Although when you scroll a bit, something pops up here, but it's not the complete header. All right, so yeah, this is the difference between a sticky header and a non-sticky one. So here we have we've talked about the basic anatomy of a website, a header, which includes the logo, the site name or tagline, search bar, announcement bar, login card, e-commerce. Then from there, we also talk about the navigation. All right, then we have this beautiful thing called the drop down. I needed to be able to remember some of these things. Like for instance, if we come here to Superbase and then we hover on one of the menus here, when we hovered on it, right, we have this beautiful drop down. All right, so if at all you needed a drop down with different sections like this, how would you have asked Lovable, oh, I want a website, and then one of the menus on the top part of my website is something I want to have as, you'll be confused. So, but being able to know exactly the kind of question, all right, to ask, Lovable is very important. That's why I had to pay attention to this particular part. I know that most persons might already know this, and of course, if you're already aware of this, jump to the third section, which is where we start building our website, our food menu website. So now I've talked about that. So we have the drop down or mega menu, All right, then we have the sticky / fixed navigation, mobile hamburger, sidebar, language or region selector. Now we will be coming back to these things when we are trying to find the right language, the right prompt to tell Lovable when we are trying to build our website. Now, when it comes to the main content, we have something called the hero image or video. Now, let's go ahead and look at it. Now, if we come over here, now, well, for Supabase doesn't really care about having those traditional arrangements, right? But let's go to Firebase. Now, Firebase doesn't. These are like big giants. Doesn't really care. The same thing with this. This doesn't have that. But if you come to, let's say Wix. Let's go to Wix. All right. Let's go to Wix.com. All right, just Wix.com, and then we search. All right. Now, if you observe, now Wix has some, Wix has some images around here. They are basically something you can call a hero image. All right, these are hero images on the side. All right, so, and it's really interesting. Look at what it's been done here. Really lovely. So we have that, the headline plus subtitle, text and images, product and service highlights. This is what the main content entails. All right, blog content, CTAs and forms, all of these things. So now the next thing we actually did talk about was the menu. All right, we have horizontal menu, vertical menu, drop down menu, mega menu, hamburger menu. So you need to be able to remember some of these. And of course, if you don't remember them, the link to this particular blog will be made available for you, so you can always come back. But in the course of this particular course, we are going to be going through each of these jargons, each of these phrases that we're going to be using in building our website. Now, setting up your website menu, all right, which entails the core pages and tailored navigation. You start by choosing your core pages, the home screen, the about screen, the service or products, contact, and maybe a blog if you want to. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down this. We're not going to be reading it line by line. I just want you to understand it. Above the fold visuals, right? So now, the above the fold visuals, we've talked about hero image. There's hero video. All right, let's go back to the sites that we were trying to build. Now, this is our website. It has a hero image here. This is the hero image. All right, if you want this image to be longer than this, you can also describe it to Lovable. All right, and then we have the demo video here, just like what was being written here, the hero video. You can call this hero video, but now the hero video is not what we have here. It's what we would have had here if at all this image is not here. So you can decide that instead of an image as your hero content, you can put an image here. So that automatically makes it a hero image. So that's it. Then we have a slideshow carousel. Now the slideshow here is, instead of having just one picture here, we can have like a slideshow. That means this picture changing every 1 second or every 2 seconds, it just changes, or on the click of the customer or the user. All right, this can always just be changing, or it can be changing automatically. All right, so then we have product photo, yeah, lifestyle image, full screen background, and all of that. So that's for that particular part, the menu section. Then we have the website content, which is basically every single thing in the middle of the website, between the header and the footer. That's the website content. Then the footer is what we have at the bottom of the website, just like the names entails. Footer. This is the header. This is the website content and images. And then down, we have the footer. Now the footer has contact information. It has useful links, frequently asked questions, and a lot of other things that you will find like very interesting. And it allows you to like click on this thing that takes you to these pages. All right, so if you were to just include the website parts mentioned above, you already have a complete website. So if at all you include what we have talked about above, all right, you already have like a really good website. Then we'll talk about the logo. This is the logo part here. All right, we're not going to like stress this too much. Then we have the CTA. All right, we have the CTA, the call to actions. They are important parts of website because they enable visitors to actually use or buy your services. Now it can come in form of navigation here. It can come in form of buttons for you to click me, chat now, download file, add app, scroll, join us, call us, send, sale, say hello, get started, find more. Now, these are all the different call to actions that you could have. You could even have more things than this, right? So it allows your user to take an action, all right? To take an action. Now, on the sidebar here is basically like a horizontal bar, typically on the right side of a screen. Now, this is a sidebar, as you can see. This is a sidebar, actually. So we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and what is this? I don't know what this is. So then we have like a link here. So now this is like a sidebar. This already is an example of a sidebar. All right, so typically sidebars contain links to other content on your site. Now, a way to sign up to your newsletter and advertisement. Like most times you have all the sidebars in blogs, all right? So then we now talk about blogs, all right? Blog is more like the educational aspect of your website where you provide your users with educational information that helps them understand how to use your product. Like for instance, this information that we are using right now is on the Wix blog, okay? That's it. So then what else? Forms. Now forms are very useful because it allows your user to provide their contact details. For instance, now when you're trying to create an account, a user will have to put their first name, last name, email, and phone number, and then maybe a small description, or when they are trying to give a feedback about something, so they need to like fill a form. Now when you fill a form here and you submit, that's the backend starting its communication. Then the homepage. The homepage is where visitors land and get to know your brand. This is the very first place that they land to get to know your brand. Technically, it's the root URL of your website. An example is your website.com. For instance, wix.com is the landing page for this website. All right. Then the layout of your website. I think we've already talked about that. Then additional website components, which is web hosting, domain names. We mentioned that. Search engine optimization. We'll talk about that eventually. I think this is where we'll stop here. We'll get to still, discuss on these things when we begin building the website, which is going to happen in the next part of this video. I hope that you're excited about this because I am. I'm excited about this. I'm enjoying this already, and I love to teach you. So if you know anyone that would find this particular course really interesting, please just share the link to the person, and the person can actually go ahead and learn learn with us. Thank you very much, and see you in the next part of this course. Bye for now. Hello guys, welcome to another part of our course. Now in this part of the course, you're going to really have fun. Okay, now this is it. We're going to be building the application with Lovable, all right? So the website is lovable.com. You'll be able to have access to the link in the description of this video. So you can just click on it and then, sign up on Lovable. All right, so if you scroll down the page, you'll see the different projects that have been built by different users in the community, okay? All right, so how do we go about building this food menu website? What I did was I came to ChatGPT and then I gave it some description of the project that I want to build, and then it came up with these prompts. I did some few tweaks and then it helped me with this particular prompt, which we are going to use. Now, if you see here, it says food vendor QR menu. All right, the title is Bitey food vendor QR menu plus and table ordering web app Lovable Cloud. Now, this is what it calls it. So I don't really care about this part. I'm just going to talk about these. So I'm going to just build a responsive web application hosted using Lovable Cloud for food vendors and their customers with the following features as follows. So I'm going to just go ahead and just copy all of this. I'm going to copy all of these and customer features, everything that we have here. So after that, we can, okay, I think I won't copy everything. Deploy using Lovable Cloud. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take it to this point. All right. Okay, and then I think I'll still take it down more than that. All right, so here it is. So if you observe, this is what it says here, right? So we have create a platform where food vendors can sign up, create a digital food menu, upload their business logo, and automatically generate a unique QR code for their restaurant and on Lovable Cloud. Now, customers can scan the QR code, view the digital menu, select items, enter their table number, enter their email and phone number, and submit an order to the vendor. No online payment required at this stage. Now, the landing page requirement, hero section, a clean hero section with a large hero image relevant to food or restaurants. Then header, branding for the platform using the name Byte, create a simple logo, clean random logo for Byte. Header includes navigation links, home, how it works, vendor login, get started. Now that's it. Then footer must include Byte logo, about link, contact link, privacy policy, all of this. Vendor features, these are the vendor features. Then these are the vendor dashboard details. So after login, vendor sees a dashboard with business profile and all of these, address and this, then menu builder. So these are all the different things, right, that I'm adding as the prompt for building this particular application. So I did order management, real-time order dashboard showing customer name, customer phone number, table number, items ordered, quantity, total price, order status, all of this. Then what else? So then we customer features, access menu via QR. All right, QR leads to vendor ID, vendor logo displayed at the top, vendor categories and menu items with images. Then these are the order flows. Place order sent to dashboard, show order sent confirmation screen, and then these are the technical requirements and the final notice. So I'm just going to copy this, and then we are going to go to Lovable, and then we're going to paste it. So I'm just going to paste it here and then hit enter. So once we do this, it's going to generate this. It's going to ask me to enable something. So I think I would like to, let me just wait for a couple of seconds. Better still, I can just go to here. Let me see. It has not built anything here. It's okay. 1 second. I just wanted to. Okay, so we still have 5 credits left, so I can come here to settings. I'll come here to. I want to come here to tools and then just enable it. Always allow. All right, AI always allow. And then this is the part that I'll just leave it there. So Lovable Cloud is always allow. I think that's about it. So yeah, let me just go ahead and then I know that if I come here, will it open? All right, so I'll just allow cloud. Okay, so let's just continue there. So I'll build a comprehensive food ordering platform called Byte with vendor management and customer ordering features. This will be a modern mobile first application with warm appetizing colors and professional design. Let me start by enabling Lovable Cloud for authentication, database and backend functionality, then build out the complete system. So it's currently like building it up. So I'm waiting for it to, continue building. So this is what we're going to do. Lovable Cloud is now enabled, giving you a complete backend with database, authentication, storage, and serverless functions. Now I'll create the database schema and all of these. So and build the beautiful, responsive food ordering platform. Let me start with the database structure. So this is how the database structure will look like, right? So we have the create vendors table. All right, we have the business name, business logo, address, opening hours, contact info, created ad, and all of this. So we have the create menu categories. All right, we have the create menu items table. Then we have the create orders table. It carries the customer's name, customer email, customer phone number, table number, status. It has a lot of details here. So create order items table. All right, then enable row level security. It's just doing all of these things. This is just normal stuff it's supposed to do. So now let me configure authentication and build the application with a beautiful food theme design system. So it's working on the design system now. It's going to just keep on building this. At the end of it all, we should have a fully functional first version of our application, which we will just continue building on top of that. We're going to just keep building and improving it step by step as we just keep on going through the course. All right, so I just want you to take a sip of your coffee and just relax, and then just stay with me as we keep building this together. Now, this is one of the best things that has happened to mankind, being able to build a website without having to write a single line of code using AI. Because right now, if at all you've ever had an idea, and then you can just go ahead and then build the website using this platform and launch it same day. You can have an idea today, and instead of waiting and thinking about who could actually build it for you, you can actually come here to Lovable and then build it out like really easily. So it has done some edits, 6 edits made. Let me create the remaining dashboard components. So it has created a couple of dashboard components so far. So let's see what is going to be left. After that, we're going to see the design of the website here. Then we can now go ahead and start customizing it step by step, adding the things that we want, removing the things that we don't want, and just making sure that our application is fully functional. So here, I think I'll just come here and say always allow. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it there, always allow. Do we have another place like that? I need to just always allow it, because that way I will, yeah, so enable cloud is always allow. Okay. So it's creating the remaining dashboard components. In a very short time, we're gonna have access to our website where we can now go ahead and like really taste it. So let's see how this goes. I hope that you're enjoying this so far. Remember to share this particular course with someone that will need this actively. All right, so let's just stay on it and see what this can do for us. Now, when the application is completed, all right, we will be able to check out the different views of the application by clicking here, and then we can click here to preview the build. Right now we don't have any build opened yet. We can use this to refresh the page whenever we make an edit. All right, then we can use this to check out our cloud. We can use this to check our code, and then this to check our analytics. Once we have published it, whenever someone visits the website, you'll be able to see the link, the details of the visits here, where they come from, what they did, what they clicked on. You get to see all of those information there. So now it's saying, let me quickly fix the TypeScript error. So I think there's a TypeScript error somewhere. So it's currently fixing it real quick. Once it's done fixing that, we'll be able to have access to the demo of the application. So it's modifying the database. It has here always allow. So it's created a storage bucket for vendor logos. All right. And then insert into storage and buckets. Now, this is some of the jargons that you have actually, avoided as a result of using Lovable. Because if I told you were to build these traditionally, you wouldn't be able to jump this. So it's doing all of this for you really easily. So let me quickly update the SEO tags and wrap up. So it's almost done. So it has done a lot of things so far. So right now we have, it has finished working on a lot of things so far. Okay, so this is what it says it has done. Database with vendors, complete features, landing page with hero section. So it has finished authentication, file storage for vendor logos, all security policies configured. Then landing page with hero section and how it works, vendor authentication, vendor dashboard with 4 tabs, profile, menu builder, QR code, orders, menu management with categories and items, QR code generation and download, customer menu browsing and carts, checkout flow with customer info, real-time order management with status updates. Then these are the design system. What's next? Test the platform, create a vendor account, build a menu, scan QR code, customize design, add features, email notification, analysis, and customer review. So these are the things that have been done so far. Let me just try to fix this. So it has an error here that it's just has to fix it real quick. Then we can have access to the platform. So there was one simple error here. So once that error has been fixed, we will be able to have access to the platform, see how it works optimally. We might encounter a couple of bugs. Yeah, but then we will be able to fix it. The fix is straightforward. We need to ensure the header and components are always rendered. Let me know and I'll resolve this one. Would you like me to fix this in the next message? So, fix it. Fix it. So it's, it's asking me if I would like it to fix it. So I'm just telling it to fix it. So it's just gonna fix it in this particular message. I hope that this credit will be available for us to use it. All right. So we're going to just try to see how we can implement this. Then once it fixes that, then we can see our website running optimally. Then from there we can continue building, building the other parts of the site. All right, so it says here, fix. The issue was in the header component where I was using this for a hash link. The error should now be resolved and your app should load properly. So I can just click here to refresh. All right, so this is how it looks like. I can just close this. All right, so this is how it looks like. So it has a hero image, but it's more like a background. It gave us like some header navigation, vendor login. This is how it did it. So now we have a couple of things done for us so far. So we don't have any credit anymore. So we're going to continue building this in the next part of our video. All right, but so far this is what we have. Get started, sign up, sign in. So what we're gonna do now is we're just going to go ahead and then sign up. If you try to sign in, let's say you try to sign in right now with some credentials without having sign up, it will tell you invalid login credentials. It shows you that it's connected to a platform that handles authentication. So I'm just going to go ahead and do sign up here and say create an account. So it creates an account and then this is how it looks like. So it provided me with some information here, the profile, menu builder, QR code and others. So it's telling me to complete for me to go to the menu builder, I need to complete the profile first, because without the profile it will not be able to create the what we need. So it requires us to come up with like a logo and then business name and all of that. So let me see, let's come over here. Let me see, I'm gonna use Burger King logo. So Burger King, so I'll just come here and just get Burger King, their logo. So I'm gonna just quickly download this logo, save image. Let me see, it's a PNG. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come back here and then I'll call the business name Burger King. Then I will come here and then I'll say recent downloads. Yeah, Burger King. So I'll just upload this. Okay, then address. Let's come here and see the address for Burger King. So there's Burger King in my town. So this is the address of Burger King. I'm just gonna copy this and then I'm going to put it over here. Then their opening hours. Let's see. Do they have opening hours? I'm not seeing any opening hours here. Okay, so I will just go ahead and say Monday to Friday 9 a.m. So Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. All right. So then contact info. Let's just come over here and get a contact info. Do they have a phone number? Okay, yeah. So I'll just copy this. I'm copying this and then just putting it here. So I'm just using this for educational purposes, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and save profile. So here I've saved the profile successfully. All right. Then I can now come here to the menu. All right. So now I can add a menu. I can actually see my QR code. Now this is my QR, the link to my QR code. When you scan this, you'll be able to see this stuff as well. So let me come here and then add categories. If I come to add menu, let's say I create a menu, I won't be able to select category because I've not created any category yet. So I have to come over here and create a category first. So let's call these appetizers. Appetizers. All right, then let's create another one. Let's call it I know Burger King doesn't do soups, but we're just using this for educational purposes. So soups. Then we have let's just say I don't know, rice. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's do coffee. Maybe drink. Okay, so that's a category, drink. All right, so you can actually go ahead and like delete it. So now we have done that, we can come here and add an item. So here we're gonna say burger. So burger, tasty King burgers. Okay, then I can select it here and say it's an appetizer. The price is going to be, let's say, 3,000. And then I'm going to come over here and then get an image of burger. Okay, so this is not bad. This is really good. I love it. Copy image address. I can just come back here and just paste it. So you can toggle it as available or unavailable. So I can just go ahead and say add item. So item has been added. This is how it shows. It shows here available. Okay, then I can add another item. All right, let's just be creative. So let's say afang, tasty Nigerian delicacy. All right, then here we can just say it's 5,000. Then category is going to be soups. Then I can come here and just copy the image of afang soup and just paste it here and add item. All right, so now we have 2 items in our food menu, all right, for our business place called Burger King. All right, so here we can now go ahead and then this is where we're going to see orders. So there are no orders, so nothing is there. So I can just go ahead and copy this. All right, I can go ahead and copy this. All right, and then paste it somewhere here so we can see what our customer will see when they scan the QR code. So this is the page our customers will see when they scan the QR code. Now it's loading. Really nice. So it says here cart is empty. I like this. So it shows here Burger King, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Beautiful. So I can click here to add an item to my cart, and then I can click here as well to add another item to my cart. It shows here that I have 2 items in the cart. All right, then this one is 3,000, this one is 5,000. So I can just click here, and then table number, I'm sitting at table number 6, and then my email address, I will just put my email address. This is for marketing purposes. Then I'll add a random number. Then put my name here, so David Arak. Okay, so this asterisk here shows that these are very important. So if at all you want this to be important, you can later on describe it and tell it that, oh, this is important. So I'll place an order. So it says the order placed successfully. All right, order placed successfully. So I can now go back here. It says the order has been sent to Burger King. You will receive it at table 6 shortly. So I can now go back to my menu. All right, and then I can now come back here to where we have this. If I come here, I now see my order. So here is how my order looks like. It shows here pending. All right, it says that, oh, he's buying 1 burger, 1 afang. All right, these are the details of the customer. Then I can just go ahead and click here and say, oh, preparing. All right, but now the customer does not have access to see that this food is being prepared because we haven't added it here for the customer to track their order. So we're going to continue building this particular part of our course, all right, in the subsequent section. If you observed, what I said we're going to do here is, what we are doing here is getting started building the foundation. Then after that, we're going to start customizing the vendor dashboard. Then we'll customize the customer experience. Then after that, we work on improving the landing page and home experience, creating and customizing the admin panel, publishing the website, adding a payment gateway, and then adding a custom domain. So So far so good. We have a fully functional platform which allows our customers to place an order for a particular item that they want to buy, all right, and get it brought to their table. So once here I can mark it as being preparing, right? I can also change it to ready. Food is ready and all of that. It also updates everything here. So all right, so next thing I can do is so far these are the things that we have done so far. We have a couple of things that we need to do right now. We can always come here and add these and save profile again, and here we can just like log out. So we're going to continue customizing the home page. All right, we're going to continue customizing the home page, making it much more sleek. All right, like really sleek and beautiful. All right, so that we can have something working optimally. All right, so far learn more brings us to how it works. Ready to go digital. Then we have some of the few landing pages here with social media links as well. So in the next section or the next video, we're going to be customizing the vendor dashboard. Then we will customize a couple of other things as well. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Stay with me as we keep building this application together. All right, before I leave here, I would like you to do something for me real quick. Now I need you to come here to where we have, let me click here and go back to dashboard. Now if we come here and then we click to go to settings, go to settings, this is what I would like you to do for me. I would like you to let me come here to people. No, not people. What am I looking for? David. Okay, so I wanted to just show you a couple of things. So here you can change your your username if you want. You can change your username here, and it will change your public domain here as well. All right, then you can change a couple of things that you want to do here. So these are the tools. I've showed you all of this already, so I think we're fine so far. So we're going to continue building this in the next video. All right, so thank you very much for being a part of this, and see you in the next video tutorial. Bye for now.